All right, on this audio here, I'm going to talk a little bit about rent-to-owns, lease options, and just rentals in general. A lot of times when we buy these properties, or when you start buying these properties, there's going to be certain ones that you decide you might make more money on if you do a lease option, or some of them you might just want to hold on to and use them as rentals so you can have passive monthly income. And basically with a rental, what you're doing is you're putting somebody else in the property to make all your mortgage payments, and then you're wanting to make a little extra on top of that every month, and then hopefully your term on the mortgage on a rental will only be a 15-year term, and you'll have that house paid off in 15 years by the renter, so you won't have to worry about making the payments yourself. You have a renter in there making the payments, and after the 15 years your mortgage is paid up, you own that property free and clear, and basically the renters have been paying off the loan for you. So that's a great way to really increase your net worth in several years from now. I have several investors that have several hundred rentals that they have, and their plan is in 10 to 15 years they're going to have all those rentals paid off. And if each property is worth anywhere from 80 to 100,000, you can figure that out. They're going to have millions and millions of net worth that they're going to have at their disposal, that they can just sell those units and have the cash, or do whatever they want. They could also just hold on to those rentals and have it as monthly cash flow, because all the rent that will be coming in from those rentals will be passive cash flow to them every month. So, but to begin with, if you have a $80,000 property and if you have a good mortgage broker that can get you a good rate at 6% or so, your payments with taxes and insurance are only going to be about $400 to $450 a month, and you should be able to get $750 to $800 a month rental income off that. So you're going to make between $200 to $300 per month in passive income off that property in profit. So you can see how it adds up. If you have 10 rentals a month, you can make an extra $2,000 to $3,000 a month in passive income, plus the equity that you have in the rental already, because if you're buying the properties with the formula that we teach you, you're going to have 30% equity or more in every property, so you can't ever get hurt on any of these. The other thing is, you might want to use them as lease options or rent-to-owns. Basically what that means is you have somebody that wants to buy the property, but at their current situation right now, they can't get financed for whatever reason. Maybe they were late on some credit cards, or they just started a new job. They haven't been at their job long enough. There could be several reasons why they can't get a loan at this particular time. But what you can do is, hold on to that property for them for a 1 year or a 2 year lease option to purchase that property. So what you're going to do with that is basically, it's going to be like a rental to them, okay? But the difference in this and a lease option or rent to own is they are going to do all the maintenance and upkeep on the house. It's like it's just like they own the home, except for you're holding the note, and you're also going to get a pretty good down payment for this house. I always try to get about $5,000 down as the option to purchase payment. One reason is that's a non-refundable payment, so the option to purchase money of $5,000 is yours to keep. And it says it right there in the contract, so that keeps them from backing out of the contract a year from now, or they just lose the $5,000, which is fine with you because you put somebody else in there on a lease option and get another $5,000 down. So that's their incentive to purchase. So you're going to get $5,000 down, and then you're going to charge them a nice monthly payment and make some passive income there. And then when it comes time for them to purchase, you're going to actually charge them the full purchase price of fair market value. So if the property's worth $100,000, that's what you're charging. They really don't have any bargaining chips. They can't say, well, I'll give you 95 or I'll give you 90 or whatever, like they could if they bought it outright. Because you're doing them a favor and holding the note and doing a lease option. So there's no bargaining chips on their part. So basically, if you say it's $100,000, that's what they're going to have to do, is purchase it for $100,000. And really, on a lease option, it makes it a little easier to go through the process, because with a lease option or rent to own, it's counted with the mortgage company. It's just like a refinance. Okay, so they're basically refinancing the property, and once they do that, they will pay off whatever mortgage you have, and the rest will come straight to you from the mortgage company. So you can see how much money you can make there also. So, you know, there's going to be several properties. You have to make the choice on which ones you want to keep for a lease option or rent to own, which ones you might want to keep as rentals for passive income, and then which ones you're just going to sell outright. And even the ones that you might, you know, decide that you're going to sell outright, you might still have to do a lease option with them, because you might have several people that come in that you know, can't purchase it at that particular time, but they've got a hefty down payment that they would put down on a lease option, and you know, you don't really want to pass those up, you know, and wait for it to sell, because you know, you might be waiting another 30, 60, 90 days for it to sell, depending on the market. You know, if the market's down, you might want to do more rentals and lease options. If the market's pretty hot, then obviously you're going to want to sell more of the properties to make quick cash. You're going to have to see what the market's doing at that time, and particularly the area that you're in, on how things are selling and moving. So every market's different, every part of the country is different. You're just going to have to kind of do a little research and see what's going to suit you best. And you know, if you're looking for that net worth on down the road, then you're probably going to want to keep most of these properties as rentals and have your tenants pay off, you know, the mortgage for you. You know, the only thing with rentals, you're going to have to realize that you are a landlord. So you know, if you don't have a property management company taking care of these rentals for you, then you're going to have to take care of you know, any situation that comes up, whether it be, you know, a call at midnight because the furnace is out, water problems, plumbing problems, whatever it might be. You're going to get calls on that. So just keep that in mind also. So that's kind of the rent to own, lease option, rental market in a nutshell. And you know, you're going to have to make the decision on your own on where you want to go from there. And good luck to you.